Hello. So in this video, I'm going to explain how to add a little more detail to your README file in a GitHub repository. So hopefully you have a readme.md file already in your repository. If you don't, see how it's sitting right there. Then you go to Add File and Create New File. And then when you get a chance to say the name, then say readme.md with README in all caps there. But if you do have it, and then you'll be on the same page with us in the next step. But if you do have it, you can just go ahead and click on that little pencil here. All right, so what I'm going to do is add maybe a subheading in here and a little paragraph description and a link. It would be kind of nice here if you could link back to the P5 window here. That way someone can jump over and play it. So how to add those different things. So the first thing is how to add just a paragraph description, because that would be very good for a README file, or at least an explanation of what this whole thing is about. So I'm going to put this after the heading, but before the image. Whatever you put at the top is going to show up at the top, and whatever you put later is going to show up later. So I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to make a P tag with those angular braces, the less than and greater than symbols. And I'm going to go ahead and close the P tag. Same kind of thing, just with a slash right in front of the P. So whatever I put between the points, that's the text that's going to show up in just my paragraph. So you should write something that's more interesting than what I'm going to put here, but I'm just going to type some text. So this is definitely not something you want to bother with, typing what I'm typing. So type something that really explains what your project is. We'll come back in a second. All right, so add a little bit more here. Again, write something more interesting than what I did. But we got a little paragraph here. So you can check out what it looks like. You just switch over to preview, then there we go. It looks like that. All right, so another good thing would be a link back to your P5 project. Now, if you're not doing P5, this doesn't apply to you. I'm not really sure what you would link to. So maybe this just doesn't apply. But I will add a link here. So a link tag is just an A tag. Open up an A, do a close A tag. It stands for anchor. Now, whatever I put between the braces here, that's the text that's going to show up. So I could type something like click here to play Dragon World, to play my game. Exclamation point, very excited. And then, but to actually link it to where you're going to go, you have to add an attribute to the anchor tag. So you go into the beginning A tag here, right after the A, but still before the greater than symbol, space, href equals quotes, and then go ahead and close the quotes. So add the href attribute, the hypertext reference of where you're directing your player to, or your user. So I'm just going to grab this link here. Now I can grab this link, or if I'm in P5, I probably would rather go to File, Share, and then this full screen version. You could copy that link. Yeah, we'll just stick with that for now. All right, so you could just copy that. And then that is what you put between the quotes in the href. Now notice it starts with quotations and then ends with quotations. Again, that's all inside the A tag there. But if you preview it, then you see there's a link here that would, hopefully you didn't, you lose your progress there. But there's a link that's there. All right, so that's one thing. And then, maybe another thing would, right before the image that's there, if you wanted to add like a subheading, then you'd add an H H2 tag or H3, the numbers just keep getting smaller. It's not because it's the second one. H1's the biggest, H2 is a little bit smaller, H3 is even smaller, H6 is the smallest one. But you can repeat them. All right, so open up an H2 tag and then close an H2 tag. And maybe just to prove that point, I could just skip on down to an H3. Um, it's not because it's the second one or the third one, it's just the size of it. And then if I put my cursor right between those braces there, I could just say screenshots or something like that. So you can preview it and see, that's what it shows up. It's still a heading, it's just a little bit smaller. All right, so if you wanted to have different sections that were in there, if you wanted to have multiple screenshots, you could repeat the process from the images here. So this will add a lot more good detail. So you just down here, add details to README. Just writing something. Commit directly to main, green button, commit changes. All right, and now the README file is open. So, when anybody just goes to your project, that's what they're going to see. They can go exploring the code if they want to, but now they have a link to go over to play your game. All right, so there's a couple more things. If you wanted to change the colors and stuff in that page, there's a way to do that. So come back in another video.